Next one.
All right. You can't go. This is not fair. Fair? Oh, okay. Let's define fair, shall we? All right, now let me tell you something. I'm a bad father.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liar.
Yeah.
I'm a
liar, man. What a great movie.
Yeah, bring it back. I can't lie.
I'm kicking my own ass, and he's beating himself up in the bathroom.
I've had better. What's your thoughts on that? Like, that's just...
My immediate thought is, I know the movie really well. I've seen it a lot. And now that I'm older and I can kind of skim back over stuff, it's like, in a lot of ways, that was kind of like my dad. Except, like, he never came to the realization, or at least he never admitted it openly to us, that, like, he was just a workaholic. He just emotionally was, like, unavailable for a lot of stuff. And it was because he just worked so much. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Left a lot of holes, right? Like, left a lot of holes for me.
Yeah.
I can't speak for my brother or my sister. They're younger. They're quite a few years younger than I am. By the time that they were still like little kids, in elementary school, middle school, like I was pretty much graduating high school. There's an 8-year age gap in there. So like they got a different version of my dad than I got. So he was way easier on them than he was on me. So yeah.
Kind of got that punishment, and then you never got the why behind it. You never gave...
No.
That's important, getting the why.
It's just like, my older brother would do something, and then I'd get in trouble for it. I'd get whooped. And it's like, I didn't even do it. And then it would be like, well, I don't care. I saw you. And it's like, whatever. Like, Yeah. Mm-hmm. It isn't fair. It's not fair.
No, nothing's ever fair.
No, nothing is fair. Yeah. Liar, man. Just
calling it out as it is, though. Like, the first step, you know what I mean? Admitting that you are a liar, or maybe even admitting the fact that, you just did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with that. Because at that point when he called out saying he's a bad father, he kind of just did that pivotal change. He's like, I am a bad father. And then you just admit, and then you just like take what happened with me. Like, fuck it. I cheated. And then people had their own anger against me. And sadly enough, a lot of friends just felt so invaded and felt so like, oh damn, one of the Italian
disgruntled.
Yeah, they're like as if I like stabbed them.
Yeah, they took it personally.
Yeah, and you're like, a lot of them don't really care for me anymore and wrote me off. But at the same time, it's like, that's cool. I mean, that's great. But it actually, like, at that moment, that's when sometimes you need that fire started. Sometimes you need that kick.
And sometimes, like, the people that you think that are going to be in your life for a long time really aren't going to be there that long, And then, like, a lot of times, like, their opinion really just doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, the people that are going to be in your life are, like, the people that continue to, like, pursue to talk to you, or to, like, make an effort just to ask, like, hey man, how you doing? How's the wife? How's the kids? Like, it's better to get like a text or a call from somebody every 2 or 3 months than see somebody every 2 or 3 years and they ask you that same question. They're not asking you because they really care. They're asking you because that's just, you don't have anything else to talk about, and they weren't really like a person that you had big connections with.
And maybe even sometimes pushing it further than that. Maybe they weren't really a genuine connection you thought you had.
Yeah.
How many people you have in your life that you thought you could lean on when you needed to, and then they were the ones actually setting you up to fail.
Yep. It's a lot, man. We're humans. We constantly do that to each other, either intentionally or not intentionally.
It's really interesting because, like, I kind of like, so I'm a big fan of AI. I'm a big fan of using it to help you out. Like, you save yourself the hassle. But I find it really interesting because that's the one aspect that I do respect of it. it's like even so much as like asking it for relationship advice or asking it for just like how to do this thing when you don't even have any idea. Because like look at YouTube, look at anything like back in the day, our parents never could look up a video, but like how to change this alternator. They were just like figure it out. But like taking that analogy and just applying it to just the concept of sometimes it's easier just to know your tools.
Yeah.
Keep a few friends close to you and then just use the tools you have. You don't really need, like when you were in school and you thought the cool kid had all the friends and you start realizing, no, the cool kid was a guy in the background that nobody even paid attention to because he's not with the one with the masters and he's an astronaut and he's just
the cool kid's still working at the pizza place he was when he was a senior. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, because I know that person and they're still working at the pizza place on the mountain where I grew up. So, yeah.